So hello everyone and welcome to the Entrepreneur Journey Chats. I've been doing them for a few months now because I really wanted to give people insights, distinctions, golden nuggets, if you will, from people who've grown their own businesses or who work very high up in corporate and the business world. Because we've all got so much to share and we're all students of life and still learning and still doing a lot of personal and professional development. So today we have an amazing guy who I've not known that long, but has built a great business that's really going to help people. It's coming from a servant leadership point of view. And I really wanted to have him on to interview him on my podcast. And I'm sure you'll be blown away with the information. So hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Susie. How are you? Great to finally sit down and do this.
Yes, you're a very busy person. Well, we're all busy and it's a bit crazy, but it's just chunking it in. So everybody, it's going to be about 15 minutes. We like short, sharp, sweet, snappy chats. Keep listening to the end. You're going to pick up loads of tips and insights, but also I want to mention my giveaways. I'm all about giving gifts to the world, to people, and so listen to the end. So let me just tell you a little bit about Jonathan. Jonathan is a founder partner and the commercial director of Sanctum Healthcare, offering a premium mental health and addiction service for families and individuals of wealth and prominence. With a background in technology and over 25 years in sales and marketing, Jonathan has created a world-class healthcare business with his business partner and consultant, psychiatrist Dr Raffi. After a change of career 6 years ago, Jonathan, who's in recovery himself, dreamed of one day setting up a clinic that would disrupt the private rehab industry by fusing together traditional therapies with the latest innovation in health tech. Wow, sounds amazing.
It is.
This is a quote, I know, we can't wait to hear. This is a quote that I think is an amazing quote. Everyone has different needs, life's experiences, and trauma. Today, I can offer a truly tailored recovery solution to meet the individual needs of each client. This is honestly as good as it gets. So you have an amazing reputation, you know, and we just want to hear about it. So the first question I'm going to shoot to you is, I believe there is an art of personal leadership. People who have their own winning formulas of success, if you will. What would be 3 distinctions that you feel have helped you on setting up your own business? 3 points that you want to share with people, or when you were successful in other businesses that you think are relevant?
Sure. Well, again, thanks very much for having me on your podcast. So, and thank you for the introduction. A wonderful introduction. I don't think I need to say much, to be honest with you.
Brilliant.
3 distinctions. I mean, firstly, for me, it was about lived experience. You know, having lived experience and having suffered with mental health and addiction meant that I understood the struggles, the trauma, the difficulties, the anxieties, the challenges that my fellow journeymen and women have in getting to where they need to get to. Okay, so number 1. Number 2 is belief, self-belief. Now, when I was younger, I didn't have this, by the way. I was always told in school that I would never amount to much. You know, and today I have absolute belief in what I do and what I can achieve and what I can deliver. And thirdly, for me, stick with the winners. Okay. I've surrounded myself over the years with people who are excellent at what they do. They are excelling in everything, in every area that they specialize in. So for me, it's been about association. I know what I'm good at, right? And I know what I'm not good at, and I get the people to do the bits that I'm not so good at. Okay. And I keep it pretty clean like that.
I think that's a great point, because we can't all be good at everything. You know, we have to play to our strengths. And then, as you say, surround yourself with the best people. You know, it makes the jigsaw puzzle complete. I really think that's powerful. I really do. I mean, you and I know that you work with a very niche market, if you like, of people who are uber successful. And obviously they've been on a similar path to you. I know everybody's got their own journey, but really, you've built a business. We're in a LinkedIn podcast here. You've built a business on success and past history. So what would you say are two values that you think are very important to you that you live by alongside your business?
Okay. Well, for me, open-mindedness and willingness. And a third is trust. I'm just going to chuck that one in. You know, it's about willing to take a chance, willing to do something differently, willing to go and put your head above the precipice.
Yeah.
Okay. Openness,
nice.
Honesty around what it is that we want to do, how we want to do it, how we're going to achieve this, you know, and trust in the process, trust in the people, trust in myself. Okay. You know, we've built a business here that is disruptive. It is very different to anything else that's currently available in the UK. And it was a risk. Let's have it right. It was a risk to do what we've done. And, you know, I'm relatively risk adverse. Clinicians are more risk adverse, but we've created a model which we believe in. Yeah, we believe in that. And I trust my associates to deliver the work.
And you're getting great results. You know, you are unique, you are different, you are disruptive. And that's why I wanted to get you on, because I wanted people to know out there that you know, your health expertise from all areas is going to help whoever's out there, you know, with those needs. So tell us a little bit about Sanctum Healthcare.
So, yeah, of course. So we tend to work with families of wealth and prominence. We work with individuals who are in the public eye, in the media, entertainment industry, professional sports people, those people that have a, you know, as I say, a public profile. And we provide a very discreet, ultra personalized mental health and addiction service. Now, a lot of the people that sit within the social profiles I've just mentioned there are people who can't go into a traditional clinic or rehabilitation center because there may be damaged cause for their reputational standing. If they're within a family business, their stock may be challenged in terms of their stock market listing. There could be a whole host of things, really. People are very protective over their personal reputation, their family standing. So lots of things to consider, hence the reason why we work with one client at a time. So we're not a multi-occupancy clinic or rehabilitation center. We offer bespoke one client at a time services. They come to us, they have their own private apartment, they have their own private team, and we treat them with absolute compassion. We fuse, as you so eloquently said at the beginning, Susie, on the introduction, we fuse sort of science-based technologies and innovation with more traditional therapies from a psychiatric, psychological perspective, with nutritional, functional, bioregulatory elements, full health screening, diagnostic, as well as recovery coaching and other therapeutic activities and experiences that are wrapped around the client to meet their needs, not of ours. So it's not traditional square peg round hole. This is clean sheets of paper. What do we need to do?
Yeah, I love that. And that's why you are so unique. You take one patient at a time. I have a medical background from years ago working in London, and the value of somebody being protected with all the challenges that going through. And I am passionate about getting the mindset right and changing their behavioral, their, you know, the addictions, and literally leading happier lives. That's part of why I do what I do, because there is so much, you know, I use the word trauma in your bio because everybody has a different version of trauma. It's how we perceive it. It's how we see it. It's our lived conditioning. It's our lived beliefs, like you said. You know, all that has to be unpicked, unraveled. And as I said, you have got a great reputation that is blazing a trail that is incredible, you know, credible. And I'm very happy to align with you, and we'll find out later on where people can get hold of you and everything like that. So obviously back to the business side, because we're doing this for LinkedIn, and you are building the right people around you, the right team of leadership, the right people to help your clients. What would you say are two arenas that business people, if they're running their own business, whatever the arena it is, what two arenas could people master even better to get their business to a higher platform?
Okay, so you've got the glass ceiling, haven't you? I mean, we're a startup business. You know, we've been going just over 18 months. So we're still in, you know, relatively new territory, startup mode. But it's again, it just goes back to that belief. You know, for me, it's always been about how do we, you know, look at the other companies, the other businesses that are in a similar space, and have, for me, not being what I would class as a Me Too business. Okay, I look at similar businesses, and I say similar, not the same, and look at how you can better, how you can change, how you can better equip, how you can be more robust, how you can be more resilient, how you can reduce and shrink operational costs, how you can be really dynamic and agile in offering services. I mean, we're a services business, so we're asset light, and we've created a business that is asset light because we didn't want the heavy financial operational costs of bricks and mortar. Yeah. Okay, so we're light, we're agile, we can move, you know, and deliver services wherever we need to. The other thing that I would always say and look at is how do we collaborate rather than compete?
Like it. I like it. Yeah.
So sadly, you know, everyone talks about competitor analysis. Who are the competitors? Who are the competitors? We don't have competitors. Okay. We have collaborators. We have opportunity to work together. You know, we have a world-class team. Other people have wonderful clinicians, but how do we talk? How do we share? How do we cooperate? How do we coexist in the same world with the shared vision of world-class care and helping our clients to become the very best versions of themselves? Okay. If people aren't thinking like that, they're not aligned with our vision. That's okay. Carry on doing what you're doing. Hence the reason why we're trailblazing. Hence the reason why we're being disruptive. And that's what it's all about. We're bringing in a premium product, a premium service. We've gone global already within the first 12 months, and we're attracting the interests of people who are CEOs, who are very affluent families, and they're saying, look, I feel okay, I'm pretty good, but I've had the same psychiatrist for 10 years. We're going, okay, great. So what's going on for you? I think, well, you know, I've got a bit of the here and I need to change this. And I'm thinking about how I can, you know, break through that glass ceiling. And we're going, well, come in, let's optimize you. Okay. When we're working in the boardroom, we're working with CEOs who are very dominant. You know, they have great reputations, and on paper, they look like, you know, force to be reckoned with. You scratch the surface, you get into the dynamics with them, and they're very complex individuals who may be with narcissistic tendencies, possibly. You know, I'm not saying that's for them all, but how do we then coach somebody to who's covered up anxiety, who's covered up, you know, fear of presenting, leadership difficulties, and help them to move past that and move through that without dumbing it down with medication or alcohol or sex or exercise or work?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, so many CEOs, you know, I work with that arena as well, and celebrity clients like you have and everything like that. And so many people in the workplace wear a mask. They do hide their true identity, and that stifles for so long. And it then manifests in different ways, in mental health challenges, in anxiety, fear, crippling, everything. But it's when you live at that high level of vibration, hiding behind a mask and not being authentic and real, it is such, you know, it's fear, it's pain, it's everything, and nobody should live like that. So I am absolutely blown away with what you've created and what you're going to carry on to create. You know, and we'll be watching this space.
Thank you. Yeah.
Add anything more to that? Is there anything else that you feel is added value to the LinkedIn listeners? That obviously I have a lot of followers, you do too. Is there anything more we need to say to the business world out there, to the execs, the CEOs, to the professional people, maybe in sports and things? What else can we do to help them?
Well, I think that one of the things that we're all dealing with is the pandemic that has wreaked havoc in our lives, has given us emotional instability, financial instability, you know, anxiety for the future. What's going to happen? What if my business has taken a hit?
Certainly.
Am I able to recover from this? You know, there's some psychological difficulties. Actually, it's impacted me from a marital perspective. My relationship with my children's different because I'm now present. I don't like being present. I'm not the best version of myself. How do I, you know, there are all these things. And what I'm saying to people is really at the moment is do not be afraid to step slightly outside your comfort zone and ask for help, because it takes huge amount of courage to ask for help. Now, just because we've had courage in the past and we've invested tens, hundreds of millions of pounds in slightly risky markets, great, wonderful. But, you know, we are very much about the mantra, you know, the first and most important thing is health above wealth, right? But have the courage, ask the question. You know, it's not about sitting there and riding it out.
No, you have to take that step, as you say, step up. I mean, leadership is all about, we have to be the first best version of ourselves, like you said earlier. That's being a leader to your family, to your community, to your business, everything. You know, we have to get us right. And we all have challenges along life's journey, you know. It's the human condition, you know that, I know that, yeah.
Well, I make it quite clear, and I say to, you know, to our people who are working in business, okay, look, do a little, you do SWOT analysis all day within your business plans. Do a SWOT analysis on yourself. Nice. And be honest about your possible weaknesses.
Yeah, I like that.
And let's flip a weakness into a strength. That's what we do. That's how it is. And if people are wanting to go, and again, working in the boardroom and working with people who are, you know, coming to possibly the end of their career, and then we've got to manage that transition. I see so many people transitioning on exit, and they've done really well, and they might have made some, you know, some good money, but then they're transitioning into the next stage of their life. Well, what are you going to do? You know, how are you going to go across that precipice?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to play golf. I'm going to ride my yacht or my bikes and do all of these wonderful things. Well, great, good luck to you. Because if we're of a predisposition that we are a very driven entrepreneurial type and we have addictive traits, doing those wonderful things that we think we're going to do is a very different story in reality.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And they have all the challenges that go with that, because it's, as you say, it's ingrained in them. Yes, it's ingrained in them. So it's absolute delight. We could talk for hours more about what you do, how we help people and everything like that. We're keeping them short so people can get the flavor of that you're here, that we can reach out. What would be, I always say to people, we've all listened to podcasts, read books, people have been mentors to us. We've all been influenced by people through our journey of life. I always ask, this is the last question in the chat series, what's one book or one podcast that you feel either recently or in the past has helped you or influenced you to be a better person?
Well, outside of my own podcast, of course, I would say a book written by Dr. Paul Hokemeyer, who's probably the world's foremost expert on celebrity identities. It's called Fragile Power, Why Having Everything is Never Enough. And it's a fascinating look into the psychological world of the rich and the famous, lessons for treating the wealthy and famous of the world. And it gives some wonderful insight into the complex dynamics of a world which we only read about. You know, although you and I work within it and we operate within it, a lot of people will only ever read about or hear about in the news, and it demonstrates the very complex, as I say, dynamics of individuals and their families and their own unique set of problems that they have. And you know, thinking of wealthy people as having it all is absolutely the opposite. So yeah. A very, very good read.
Have you got the book there to hold it up so we can see a visual?
Here we go.
Fragile Power. Wow. Why having everything is never enough. It's such a true statement.
Yeah.
What a true statement. It isn't enough for that level of person who has lived at a very high level. Jonathan, we could carry on and on and on. Where can people get hold of you? Where's the best place for people to get hold of you?
Okay, so we have a website, but we're so discreet. It's only a landing page. You have to press a secret button to get into it. Have a look, try it, see if you can get in. If not, email me at je@sanctumhealthcare.co.uk.
Fabulous. We'll put all that in the LinkedIn post and everything. And obviously we want to get your word out. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for your time and energy and passion about helping people, you know, really, really grateful for that. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.